Hello everybody. After grinding a few solos and duels in Master Duel, as you can see I got my duel pass here up to level 17. I have finally grinded out a deck that I am happy to say that is quite complete. Now, as we know, this deck is Bird Up. Many of you who play at locals should see it around here and there. As we all know, Master Duels did not release with Burst of Destiny. I'm not too sure about Dawn of Majesty, so the top tier meta decks, Phantom Knights does not have its DPE, and Sword Soul is just not released at all. So I feel the next best deck available to build is Bird Up. Now, I had no idea how to play this as I am a Sword Soul player, but after a few duels in the ladder, I can seriously say this deck is just full of gas. You can't at least 2 hand traps to deal with this. Now, this is the deck I am gonna be rocking. Just to explain the ratios, so this deck is a mix-up of a set of an archetype called lyrilusc along with an archetype called brigade. So what this deck aims to do is to spam the field to create powerful inboard monsters such as Utopic Draco and Appaloosa, or a Simorg that can summon you either a Mist Valley Apex Avian or a Barrier Statue of the Storm. So every card in this main deck is to tutor out into that end board, and this is a very consistent. This deck can do it very consistently through our draw engines, more draw engines, Bird Call, one of the most fantastic rotors out there, and the lyrilusc card itself is just all of them are rotors. Cobalt on special rotors, Bird Call rotors, and this new card called Recital Starling. It is a detach run material to search your deck for any lyrilusc level 1, or actually any level 1 winged beast monster. So there is synergy with Tri-Brigade Nerval, as Nerval can also be summoned with the effect of Sapphire Swallow into your Tri-Brigade plays. The Tri-Brigade package is quite small in this package, as we only need it to make Ferret. Now, without further ado, let's jump into a rank game to see how this deck plays out, shall we? So, we are currently sitting at... what rank are we? We are currently sitting at Bronze Tier 2, and the Season 1 will end on February 1st, so we have 10 more days left to grind up. My hope to see is that I get to gold, hopefully gold, before the end of the season. So 10 days. We won the dice roll or the coin flip, so now we get to choose if we want to go first or second. Now, all decks should be striving for building to go first. As we all know, Master Duels, the rank mode is a best of 1, so we do not have the luxury of side decking. Therefore, we need to build our deck in a very consistent way of like having a good balance between hand traps, between disruptions, and combo pieces if we are playing combo decks. So now we have won the dice roll, and we're going first. We are going to be starting off with our Tri-Brigade combo to bait out our opponent's hand traps to see if he has any before we activate Pot of Desires. Looking at our hand, it is not the greatest hands of all because we do not have a single lyrilusc piece. However, that could be changed. However, our lines of play could be changed after seeing what Pot of Desires will bring for us. The Karas. Okay, so now our Tri-Brigade piece part is set up, and now let's hope to see if we can find some lyrilusc pieces. The lyrilusc engine is to easily allow you to achieve the Draconic Utopia Draconic future, as this card is is a house. Is a house and a half by itself. Of Pot of Desires, not the best draws out there, because our opponent clearly doesn't have a hand trap. Now, one little tip that you can do to see if your opponent has actually have a response for you but just doesn't want to do it right now is the speed. If say 4 activate Pot of Desires and their initiative is passed back to my opponent, he can see that if I have a response or not. I can see that if he has a response or not. Therefore, I know he has a card that can interact with us. Therefore, you need to be aware that he might have a hand trap in his hand. He's just not using it right now. So, as we only have one lyrilusc piece, we want to tutor out some more to try and get into our utopic future through combo plays. Through a few combo plays, we can summon our Tri-Brigade Link 2. This allows us to summon a winged beast or beast warrior from our hand. And Cobalt Sparrow's effect is, on special summon, we can search our deck for a lyrilusc card and add it to our hand. Effect. It'll be best that we have another. It would be best that we have another card piece, but it is what it is. Oh yes, one very important thing. Always check what you banished with your Pot of Desires. As I noticed now, I only have one more Cobalt Sapphire Swallow left. That means 2 of them have been banished. How you will be playing is determined very, very hectically on your banish pile. Oh no, 2 banished desires. That's so horrible. What am I going to do? Sapphire Swallow, if I control Lyrilusc, allows me to summon it. And another level 1 Winged Beast from my hand. Now, is that the right thing that we want to do? I think we can just normal summon Duel over here, as we want to use Sapphire Swallow's effect for something else down the line. So now we make our new broken card, Recital Starling. It is a 2 material rank 1 that can rotor by detaching material. Best thing about it, not hard once per turn. So if you make 2, you can search for 2 cards. Now we want to use our Recital Starling to make more to have more materials to climb with. So let's grab Wagtail. Wagtail we can summon off with the Sapphire Swallow into grabbing a Bird Call into. Why do I summon with the Bird Call though? I think. Yeah, let's do it like this. We can grab another Bird Call in case there's a next turn. Sapphire Swallow if I control the Lyrilusc, or just any Winged Beast. Special summon that and another Lyrilusc from my hand. Wagtail on summon allows me to search for. It is any Lyrilusc spell or trap, but for our deck's case, it's just Bird Call. Bird Call and Bird Call only. Now you see we have 2 more level 1s. We can just summon another one. Another Recital Starling, so we can search again. Beautiful. The animations of this card game is just absolutely gorgeous. However, it's a bit slow. I can't imagine playing DDs on here. Well, to be fair, Lyrilusc itself is already quite the combo heavy deck, so I'm looking for trouble. We can play Bird Call now. Do we need to? No, we don't need to play Bird Call right now. So because we have 2 Recital Starlings, that means we can easily make Draconic Future, and that'll be 1 negate for our opponent. So I can combo off with Cuirass and Frigate. However, you always want to have 1 negate up on the board first, because if your opponent, you don't want to give your opponent too much advantage for negating your main plays, while you can set up a negate to stop them before that happens. So it's just the right, flow of how to set up a board, is to set up negates while you continue to build your board, not to have everything laid out and then at the end throw everything onto the table. You want to slowly put end pieces on the board as you go. Next up, we can... I can't summon Simorg right now because I don't have a winged beast. Bird Call will not help me. Yeah. We do not have a winged beast to summon out Simorg Bird. And we don't have enough materials to make Appaloosa. So this turn, we're just going to have to settle with a subpar turn 1, I'll say. We're going to be summoning out Monster Reborning while special summoning a Canary from my hand. This card, you want to use Canary towards the end because it will lock you into Xyz cards for the rest of the turn. So you can do anything beforehand, but until you use the effects of Canary, you can no longer do any other summons from the extra deck. Keyword from the extra deck, except Xyz cards. This is the new lyrilusc boss monster. It allows you to, on opponent's special summon, just compulse it back. So with our Canary, we would want to always attach Sapphire Swallow, because Sapphire Swallow, if you Xyz summon with it, you can attach one material in the graveyard to it, and because Robin is not even a once per turn, you want as much materials as possible on it. Wagtail attaches itself from the graveyard to one of your lyrilusc Xyz monsters. So now currently our Robin has 4 materials. That means it gets to bounce 4 special summons from your opponent. And sadly, this is where we have to end our turn. Let's hope it's enough. I could have played that better, but our starting hand really isn't that spectacular. And with the case of drawing triple tactics talents, you want your opponent to actually have an interaction with you. It seems like he's a back row player, which is not the best for us, as our negates is a monster negate and not a back row negate. It could be Subterrors, it could be Outlich, or it could just be a bad hand. Well, we can always get a bird out to link climb into Shireg. Shireg allows us to pop a card on the field, so or even Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker is one of the best closers. Boral Sword Dragon has truly been power crept. Now I could take the Canary, but there's no Xyz to make. Yes. Let's look at our options. Our grave has Wind. So the effects, so for those who do not know, Access Code Talker allows for you to banish. So it gains attack on summon for the link ratings that it has been linked up with, and if you banish a link monster from your graveyard, you can just pop a card on your opponent's field. It just has to be a different attribute. So you can use it up to like 5 times in a turn. But this is not the case for us. We just normal summon Sparrow, and let's make a link 4. We can make Appaloosa, or we can make Shireg. So both Access Code Talker and Shireg will be giving us 1 piece of removal. However, because we only have 1 link monster in the graveyard, that is going to be Frigid. However, it's much easier to make Shireg in the future with all of our Tri-Brigade names, so making Access Code here for 1 pop is not the worst thing in the world. We're not going to be hitting it for game, but we can see what our opponent is packing in the back row. Now, we are not scared about that set monster because our Draconic Future can negate it, but we do not have much back row disruption. So Frigid allows you to draw. You want it to be chain 1, so that you can chain block it with Access Code Talker with the attack gain. So just in case your opponent has an Ash Blossom, it will not be affected. We draw 1, put 1 back. It does not seem like our opponent has any interactions with us, with their monsters, so we can shuffle back triple Tactic Talents. We'll activate effect to, we don't want to banish our, we'll banish Frigid to pop. Let's see, let's choose you. Yeah, my opponent is most likely still fresh player. Hey, we don't judge. This is the first rank game of the complete deck list, so I feel like we should just share the first game played with you. I'll climb a bit more off screen, off camera, and then hope to bring you some more high level gameplay in the future. Yep, my opponent is definitely a new player, or has not built his deck yet, so we're going to be expecting. I have never seen this card in my life. Interesting. So our Draconic Future will return with no materials and no utopic future as its material. So it will have no protection. It will just be a simple 3000 attack. It'll just be a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Main 2, we have nothing to do in main 2, so we can just go straight to the end phase. Let me all know, how do you guys feel about Master Duel so far? I know I've heard a few comments about everything. It's just true TCG loyalists. Anything digital is just bad. But the most things I've heard they complain about was probably still hinges on pricing, because this as a digital card game, there is no second-hand market to resell cards, and you do not have a physical card. These are not even NFTs. They are codings that says you have access to this card on your account. So you can't resell it. You can't show it off. There's no in your own collection, but it's just not the same as a real card. Okay, so what can we do with this hand? What can we even make? Is there anything worthy to make? I guess we can make a assembled Nightingale into Zeus. Apex Avian is a dead card in our hand because we can't summon it at all. We'll summon a Cobalt Sparrow from our deck. I'm sure we still have one. Aha! Oh wait, that's our hand. We can summon a Nerval. Nerval into Shirek into game. Yes, that is the line. Nerval. So all Tri-Brigade monsters have an effect, which is you can banish materials from your graveyard in order to link summon from your extra deck. Very, very neat. This Ash Blossom has been dead the whole game. Banish, 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 banish. Now you would want to banish your Tri-Brigade cards because they don't do anything in the graveyard. We do not play Revolt, so Tri-Brigade cards in the graveyard are just material for us to link summon. Purely. Shireg on summon allows us to pop, and each time a beast, warrior, or warrior monster is summoned in every subsequent turn, you can just target a card on the field, and I believe it's banish. Banish, correct. Any card. We always want to destroy back row. Call of the Haunted. And that should be game. Well played Well played to my opponent. His deck will get better over time, and I hope to see him on the ranked ladder someday again. GG, well played, Duelist. Oh yeah, speaking of this battle pass is so worth it. Like, it costs 600 gems, which everyone has easily access of 600 gems, and I've been counting the gems that it rewards. It rewards you like around 700 plus gems, so you get your money's worth back. Not only get your money's worth, you get your initial back, and if not more. So basically you can just use the gems that you earn from the battle pass to buy the next battle pass, to buy the next battle pass. Basically the battle pass is free, is what I'm trying to say. And at the end you can get this very, very cute asterisk Pot of Greed over here. Yeah, it's not cute. And just like that, we're bronze 1. By the next time I hope to post, I hope it's the video that I'm gonna be hitting gold. But thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.